What is up, guys? Today is October 15. I didn't know what day it was because my days have just blurred together. So this weekend I was hoping that that pallet was going to be empty, and as you can clearly tell, it is not. So what had happened is that the overlays that go on these arms, these ones right here, like the little triangle ones, those were powdered red, and they're overlays, so they can't be the same color. So they were powdered the wrong color. So I had to take those back to the powder shop to be black. Well, they're not back from the powder shop yet, and so I can't install the rest of the front without the overlays because bolts go through the overlays and into those parts. So I'm at a standstill with the front. So this is how much I got installed on the front. It's like a track bar, relocation bracket, and bump stops. So that's all I've been able to do on the front. And I'm like, I have a sore throat, stuffed up nose. My little sister gave it to me. Sorry. I think it's actually like the change of the weather is what brought it on, because now it's starting to get really chilly here in Texas. So I think we're all getting sick now because of it. But that, and then just like no sleep, lots of caffeine, not enough water, and just general hard on myself kind of thing. But on the rear, it's looking pretty good on the rear. We got the U-bolts in. We got this exhaust tip in finally. My man got that squared away, and it looks fire and super amazing. It's really hard to see. Let me see if I can get it on this side. So yeah, there's the exhaust tip. Looks phenomenal. That's how massively big it is. It's crazy. And then we got the U-bolts in. So those are looking fire. We've got the Alpha X taillights in. They look so good. Ooh. Love it. Almost tripped and fell on my face. Nice. So I think I already showed y'all the interior. But yeah, so those are our little pops of red that's happening right now. But yeah, so we got the wheel ring lights in from NG Lighting. So we got a custom make the size that we need for those, and I'm waiting on the material to come in tomorrow for the console and the headliner and those visors, but everything else is pretty much here. I'm waiting on other parts for like the lights on the TRX bumpers and a couple other little things. We still don't have wheels yet, so that's a little terrifying, but I have full faith in Walter and John to get us wheels. So yay. And yeah, so there was a lot of little things that needed to be done, which were done, but like the big thing was the suspension, and clearly it's not on yet. So I started working on the front and the back to just kind of move the process as far along as I could with the parts that I did have that weren't going to be in the way if I had installed them, because I don't want to have to install something, take it back off to reinstall it, because that's just a waste of time. So that is essentially the update. Oh yeah, the front light bar is in now, finally. Yeah, I forgot to add that too. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. A lot of stuff was painted. Like the front calipers are done, so I'm going to do the rears tomorrow. But those look much, much better than what they were, because they were ugly. So yeah, I'm just finishing up some little finishing touches and stuff while I'm waiting on parts to be back, and so on and so on. So I don't want to say that it wasn't a productive weekend, because it most definitely was. It's just kind of annoying to me that I didn't get near as much stuff done as I had hoped to, because of just things coming up constantly. Like, there was a tool that I needed to install a nutzert that was not sent with the kit, so that was the first like dang, that sucks kind of thing, because I have to put these nut zerts in and we don't have the tool to install them, and it was supposed to be sent with the kit and it wasn't. And then the rear U-bolts didn't have the nuts sent either, so I'm hoping that the powder coating shop has them, because otherwise those also weren't sent. And we're sent a reclocking kit for the transmission that is for a 68 RFE, and this truck has an ASIN, so it's a completely different wrong reclocking kit. So I've got to talk to McGoy's about that and see if we can get that fixed and switched out. And then I found out that the driveline bolts in the rear are standard and the ones that are in it are metric. So they sent standard, and obviously they don't fit because they're too big. So it's just stuff like that is just super annoying to me, but I'm glad we're finding all of this stuff out now and not like 2 days before we have to leave, because that's when I get really crazy Chloe syndrome. So I'm glad we're finding all this out now, so I have time to be like, hey, can you please help me make this right, because this is most definitely not. So I'm thankful that we're gonna get this all fixed and worked out. So yeah, that's the current update. Luckily my dad is gonna come over this week and help me with painting stuff and just have an extra pair of hands. He's been busy at his house doing like home improvement stuff. So when they came over and just saw my face and how I looked like a walking zombie, and they saw the palette of parts that were still sitting on it, they were like, ooh, what's going on? And I'm like, let me just tell you, everything is going wrong right now. And my dad was like, well, is Rogelio gonna come this week? I thought he has to work. Rogelio's my fiance. And I was like, well, yeah, he has to work, like, and he lives an hour and a half away, so he's not gonna be coming. And so my dad was like, okay, I'll come over and help with whatever you need help with, like if you need an extra hand. Or I'm like, well, honestly, I need you to help paint a bunch of parts that we need done. So when I need extra hands with heavy stuff, like those radius arms, putting those in and stuff, then I'll have him help me just stick those in there, so I'm not struggling having to prop them up with my feet on one side and then prop it up the other side with my hands. So I'm very thankful for my family and the fact that they're willing to help, and my mom's been cooking us meals, which has been a huge blessing too, so I don't have to cook or grocery shop right now. Like, I am very thankful that I have a family that understands what SEMA crunch is like. Meanwhile, Munchie's in the background flossing and farting. Stupid, I totally called yourself out on that. No. I hope y'all heard that. You didn't even say bless you. Your face is as red as mine now.
Yes, I'm embarrassed.
Don't be embarrassed. Everyone farts, I fart. I just can't do it on cue. So yeah, good stuff. Now we're gonna go take a bubble bath, and Munchie says she's gonna try to nurse me back to health, because Lord knows I am a grumpy umpus when I don't feel good.
I know, it sucks. And now she's mad at me because she's like, you got me sick, you little fart.
So
I was like, I saved you.
So she's gonna try to nurse me back to health, and she's gonna stick me in a bubble bath and get me to bed early, because it's only 11 o'clock. We're doing pretty good. So this is by far the earliest that I've left the shop, for sure. So I'm gonna go in, sleep, get some water in me, and go to bed and get up early and start the next day of lots of busyness, because this week is gonna be crazy. So goodbye for now. Ta-ta!